So today I want to discuss the story that you wish to tell for your one existence. How do you want to honor your one existence? And what is the purpose that you want to create with your one existence? And my question to you today is, how much do you value purpose? When I say purpose, number one, what does that mean to you? Number two, is it something that you've considered in your life seriously? Is it something you've thought about before? And number three, if you had to think for a few minutes or a few hours, what do you think you would create as your purpose if it's something you haven't thought of already? So today I just want to discuss a little bit about the importance of purpose and why it's so powerful, why it's something that if you bring it into your life, why it can provide such a powerful context for everything else. Because in my experience, just the pursuit of purpose, not even fulfilling my purpose yet, but just the pursuit of trying to find it and create it and experiment like with life to try and figure out what it is, even just that has transformed me in ways I never imagined, right? And that's even before I've gone down the path now of actually doing it. And why thinking about purpose can be so powerful is because it it forces you to stop, and it forces you to not just think about some like ideal purpose, something up in the clouds about like your entire life. It's actually very simple because it comes down to a few very powerful concepts, and that is, it makes you think about what it is you want. Number one, it makes you think about what you value and maybe what you don't value. It makes you think about your vision for life, your vision for 5 years, your vision for 10 years, just the grander scheme of like why you're here and how you want to sort of, pursue your life. It also focuses on what connects you to life, right? Your purpose will be intimately tied with the things that seem to connect you to life. And obviously, that will help you figure out what disconnects you from life. So, these very simple things or seemingly simple things are very intimately tied with purpose. And that's why it's so powerful, right? You figure out what you want, what you value, what connects you to life. You figure out your strengths, you figure out the ways in which you work that maybe other people don't work. And it's these ways that you work that allow you to maybe be more inclined to pursue a different type of purpose than someone else. So, my main point here is that purpose forces you to think about the simple things. But the simple things are the things that create the biggest difference in life, right? Because even if you just contemplate purpose and you just think about it and you don't even figure out what purpose you might want to create, just to figure out those few things is so valuable for your life. Like just to figure those things out and then live the rest of your life will completely change your whole life, right? Because I mean, at this point, most people don't know what they want or what they value. They've never really thought about it, but it will make such a big difference for your life. The other point I want to talk about is the context that purpose creates. And I can only speak from my experience, but purpose, since I've pursued it, right? And now that I feel like I've figured out the type of purpose I wish to create or the few purposes that I wish to create over the next 10, 20, 30, 40 years, I've obviously figured out a lot about that, but it's also created a context for all the other pieces of my life. And it's forcing me now to become a lot more conscious and a lot more intentional with every other area of my life because these now either are constructive towards my purpose or destructive for my purpose. So, as an example, before, eating healthy was always something I've known that's like good for me. I never viewed it as right or wrong, but a lot of people think it's like right to eat healthy and they feel guilty when they don't. And there's a whole lot of chaos around these things that we're told to do that are good for us. Now, for me, I've eaten healthy mostly for the last few years, but it's good for energy, good for health, and these things I value a lot and they matter. But now, even to deepen that further, eating healthy is now one piece that if I can do really well, it enhances my ability to now fulfill my purpose. And so eating healthy now has a reason. It now has a mission of which it's a part of that's much bigger than it, right? And this could be eating healthy, sleeping well, how you carry yourself through the day, the ways that you are with people, the types of people you hang around, the things you do, the things you don't do. Everything now gets given this context that fits into serving your purpose. And what's beautiful about purpose is you're serving your purpose, and that bubble that is your purpose that you've now fed powerfully with good nutrition, good sleep, good relationships, etc. That bubble now is able to serve the world, whether it be with the music you create, whether it be the food that you cook as a chef, the books you write as an author, the podcast you have, whatever your purpose might be that you want to create. That bubble now serves the world in that way. So you're feeding this machine, and that machine is giving these things context, and then that machine, your purpose, serves the world. So I really urge you, if you haven't, to start treating purpose not only as a luxury that some people speak of. It's not some lofty like idea that only some people get. I want you to start thinking of purpose almost like you think of drinking water, right? Mentally, you treat water as something that's like, if it's not there, it must be there, right? Notice how your mind places an importance and an almost implicit idea that this must be in life, right? I want you to start treating your purpose the same, if that's something you're interested in, which means that if it's not there, it's the next problem to solve. And that's been my whole 20s, is like, if my purpose isn't there, if I'm not on purpose or connected to what I do or passionate about the mission that I'm on for my existence, that's the next problem to solve. Like, nothing else matters but to solve that, right? And if you treat purpose like that, like I've been saying, it affects your whole life. It'll improve your whole life. This mission of purpose is something that leaks into the improvement of your entire system that is your existence. So it's not a small deal, is what I'm saying. And purpose matters. Purpose is very much constructed, and it's very much projected onto reality, right? My purpose will be different from yours and different from someone else's, but nonetheless, it's a very personal experience. It's a very fulfilling experience. And the great news is, just starting to take steps towards your purpose already infuses you with the same type of fulfillment and passion that you might experience once you've actually manifested it. And that's a key distinction, is getting onto the path and moving your trajectory up by even just taking action this week already will make you feel like you're heading in the right direction. And that will already fulfill you and already feed you and already bring a much different energy into you. So think about purpose, contemplate how much you value purpose, what purpose means to you. And like I said, figuring out what you want, what you value, what is your vision, what connects you to life, and what do you want your one existence to be about? And how do you wish to honor your one existence every day for the rest of your life? Think about it.